Revamping an item that became a COVID staple. A team of researchers at the University of Maryland's Robert E. Fischel Institute for Biometric Devices want to make high filtration masks the best they can be, not only for adults, but also for children. And joining us now are the two masterminds behind the project. That's Dr. William Bentley and Kevin Aroom. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm guessing the first question you get as you develop face masks, and we seem to be on what some people perceive as the tail end of face masks, and think, why now? But this has many applications.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got into this for obvious reasons while COVID was really striking a chord and having problems all over the country. But it turns out that the need for clear, conformal kind of masks that fit your face perfectly is there in a lot of industries, and we're actually working to develop a pediatric type version with children's. So the work that we started, and then we invested in the equipment to do the testing as well, continues, and I think we'll just keep going on that.
And you touched on it a little bit because I was curious of how you perfect the mousetrap here and what you needed to make better. And one of those things I think is really cool is the clear aspect, because that's what everyone I think complained about. You couldn't judge anyone's expression because you couldn't see it.
Right. Now that's a critical issue. It's one of the things even in teaching as a university faculty member. At first it was all virtual, and you could actually see everybody because you had this Hollywood Squares type thing. And then last fall and so on, we're doing everything with masks, so you don't even know who the students are. It's hard to tell. But yeah, the clarity and being able to sort of read lips and so on is a key issue that our opportunity sort of presents itself with, and we've developed that kind of format.
And this is N95 quality, and I guess I'm curious of what kind of testing you go through to make sure that your creation stands up against what's already out there.
I'll let Kevin take that one.
Sure. So the standard method to test the filtration efficacy of a N95 caliber mask is to emit aerosol salt particles, so very, very small salt particles in airflow that then gets passed through the mask. And you have a special laser detector that counts how many salt particles actually get through from one side of the mask to the other side. And the effectiveness of the filtration is just how many particles get through. And so for a particular size salt particle, you need to have 95% or more of those particles get captured or blocked by the face mask.
And
95.
It's amazing over time how much we have learned about it, because remember, we started with, we were at home sewing masks, and then there, maybe a bandana worked then, but now it's gotten pretty darn scientific at this point.
Well, yeah, the science has been out there and the methodology has been out there, but more for industrial hygiene for folks who work with hazardous particulates, and they kind of grafted on the N95 standard for this particular pandemic. But it's not just the filtration. So a lot of the tests that we do are just with the filter itself, but the fit of the mask is another side of that coin that is just as important. And making sure that the filter, you have the best filter in the world, if it doesn't fit on your face well, it's going to be just as bad as a bandana or some other cloth style face mask. So both things are very important for a good, effective mask.
Yeah, and as you talk about fit, a lot of us we're thinking adults, but kids, especially those who can't get a shot yet, I'm guessing you'll have to tailor for them as well?
Absolutely. So there's a whole range of either studies or facial scans that we'll have to do to get a better handle on the different face types for children. It's been studied a little bit more in adults to create different sizes for these adult-sized masks, but we hope to have a better understanding of the range of sizes or range of shapes for children to help make it an effective seal.
Dr. Bentley, I'm wondering, what have you learned so far as you've gone through this research and seen, you farmed it out for a company to go and make them, and you've compared them. What have you learned from this study so far?
That's a great question. Actually, I saw two things. One would be like an observation. One is that the public was fully engaged. Everybody tried to help do whatever they could do. And our chancellor, actually, he's a pediatrician. He says, do no harm. first.
Wow.
And so one of the things that we wanted to make sure, because we got all these people that wanted to try and help, and our sphere is pretty heavily involved in 3D printing. And the issue there was so many people were coming up with concepts that might actually do worse than actually help. And so that was the observation that everybody wanted to help. And so our focus was to try and channel that energy and enthusiasm to develop something that was tested and retested and redesigned. And that's why we have the FDA, after all, so that things are done right, in the right way. I was going to say the second sort of lesson learned here was that you may recall, and it's pretty obvious in the public, that many universities are sort of not the best at translating innovations into actual commercial practice. The notable exceptions are private institutions, but in the public institution world, I think there's been a struggle to try and understand what's the model, what's the right model or kernel of organizational format that can actually make this work. And so that was a big lesson for us, in that I think we struck a chord here. The model of our institute, where a simple idea that was created and tested with people at Walter Reed and Washington Hospital Center and UMB and Children's, and then pushing that into the marketplace through our partners, Active Armor is a company in Colorado, all in 6 months' time. That's sort of a record, and I think it's a model for us as an institute going forward. We can just keep doing that and refine that, and so I think that was a big lesson learned, and as we go forward, we'll take advantage of that.
Well, up here in Baltimore, we're excited to see what comes next. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Take care.